Last time on the channel, I brought one of my closest friends, Hamish Blake, to help me break par around my home golf course, Moore Park in Sydney, Australia. The goal is to break par through 9 holes.
7, 8, 9, we've got 3 holes left. We're 1 under. If we can get through the 7th using my drive,
I think we've got it in the bag.
we're in Cake Town. I was going to say, we're actually always in Cake Town. It just depends who's getting the cake. Yeah, if we do this, you get the cake because you're a good coach.
Thank you.
If we can't do this, you have to give me the cake because you're a terrible coach who couldn't even get me to help you get par, even though we've used a lot of your shots.
Hey, one thing we like to do on this show is what I call like a reverse skill challenge. Now, hopefully I've given you a few things to take with you from my skill set.
Yep.
What is something that you could kind of teach me, a presenting form, or just teach me how to be funny?
Yeah, no, it's still the same stuff, you know, chest to target, back to target, it's all the same. Come out with audience, chest to target. If you're ever doing stand-up, absolutely chest to target.
Okay.
That's so critical.
Yeah.
Back to target, not as much, doesn't really engage with the audience, I find, when you do back to target. No, what can I teach you? What can I teach anyone? Very little.
I was very lucky. My first sort of big, I guess, presenting role, I texted you before I went on and you said to up the energy, 20%. And I just thought it was like very lucky for me to be able to call on, you know.
Totally. I mean, for anyone, I mean, I preface this by what do I know, but in my book, I would say, like, whether you're doing TV presenting or any kind of making stuff, I reckon 80% of the game is being into it or finding a way that you're into it, being interested. So you're kind of already ahead of the curve there because you're just doing the thing that you love.
Yeah.
I think as humans, we want to see people being authentic and we want to see them, if they say they're into something, we want to believe it. And that's contagious. So for me, I would just say, like, any avenue you've got into authenticity and into deeply caring about something that's gold.
Good advice, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Now watch me smoke this 7-iron. My big golf thing that Beef has been helping me with is moving the body.
Yep.
But then also not, I've got a bit of a habit of like humping at it a bit.
Yeah, that's the...
Rather than like...
I think for you, it's so much to do with loading up on the backswing.
Yep.
So we're trying to get a little bit softer, a little bit taller. So we're trying to be quicker over the ball and more sort of in the stretch phase, loading up into that sort of right hip, setting the arms nicely, like that. And this would be awesome if you get a hole-in-one as I'm teaching you live.
Too much.
That's perfect. It's
That
great.
was way off the back, wasn't it?
No, middle of the green, par 3. Middle of the green on all par 3s, guys. And
My
you're doing great.
weakest spot, apart from anything to do with ball striking, is eyesight. The whole time I'm like, that's off the back.
Evidently, yeah.
I need glasses.
You literally want to go middle of the green on all par 3s.
Oh yeah, who doesn't?
No, like the flags.
Yeah, great.
Hey,
Or in the hole if possible.
here's a funny one. During COVID, when they had no flags, average scores went down. So when you couldn't see the flags,
Yeah, because it gets out of your head.
it was just everyone didn't know where the flag was, so they were going middle of the green.
We're going to do something a little different.
We're going to breeze through these next few holes. Then we're going to sit down with the great man and have a chat about all things golf and life and parenting and a little bit more podcast style. So sit back, enjoy the show. Till next time, peace out. So let's pick up the action again on the 7th tee. And after a ripper shot from Haim here with a nice 7-iron, the boys are off. Haim hit a lovely putt here from 35, 40 foot and cleaned it up to keep us at 1 under par.
I don't want to call myself a waste of airtime, but
You won't have to, mate. It'll be in the comments.
The 8th tee is one of the hardest drives here at Moore Park. Haim hit a really good one, but his aim was a little bit off. This could be potentially the longest drive I've had to date on the channel. Surely we have this thing in the bag now.
we're 1 under par playing 8. If we make birdie here, we are cranking a few swing juices down the last because we're breaking par.
All we can think about is making birdie, and Haim steps up and doesn't go to plan. Never fear, Beef is here, and that is the worst golf shot I've probably ever hit on camera. Haim with the sand. For the people in the comments, great teamwork. We really, really need to get up and down here and save par. Haim hits a good shot, just releases a bit. I normally love shots like these, but we've just left this about 18 foot short of the hole. It's not looking good. Hamish steps up and he shows us such a good line. Look at this thing. Didn't go in, but he showed me the line. I knew exactly where I had to hit it. 2 cups outside, right edge. Slim Rusty. Bam. Does not fail. There it is. I'll cue Hamish Blake here to tell you guys what happened on the hole.
Team effort.
Chunk
Puts, chunks it, reads it, gives all that data to Putt, the old Putt mule, and he just taps it in. But the hard bit, putting it, reading it, assessing it, the data gathering. Can't do anything without the data. Can't do anything without the data. That's why I gave it to Beef. But I guess he also was great too. Mate, what a putt.
Thank you.
One more hole and we need a par.
1 under.
Oh, the emotions.
It's go time. Aim comes up absolutely clutch. Right down the middle.
That was sweet.
Woo! Only 88 metres to the flag, and let's wrap this thing up. After this 1-2 punch from Haim, it was time to start celebrating. The Young Henry's Birds collab hits the spot, and there was even more good news to come.
Haim, I think you're bacon.
Do you like cheesecake?
But we're slightly surprised with how much this thing rolled out.
I'm down there.
I thought it was going to spin back.
The secret of the cheesecake may remain a secret. And Beef's been drinking now, so we know his motor skills are off. And hope it noticed there was only 1 beer. He's probably at home with my rangefinder.
Haim comes up clutch yet again with a lovely roll down there from 40 foot. One of the harder putts on the golf course. I follow suit, inside 2 foot.
To rake par for Ambrose.
There you have it, team, for a 1 under par round.
1 under par.
If you like what Beef does, like and subscribe. If you don't, comment and hate. Don't like and subscribe, we'd prefer.
And a huge thanks for Hamish Blake for coming on the channel. But first, let's sit and have a chat at the 19th and get 1 more beer.
Welcome to the Beef Grill.
Sizzle, sizzle.
Haim, thanks for coming on, buddy.
Thank you, mate. Great to be here. Man, I'm stoked. I apologise to any viewers that are already like, let's see some great golf. You will with Beef, you'll see some really good shots today. And I actually think this is more like going, all right, we're interested to see how a Formula 1 car drives. What if it had an anvil tied to it and we chained it to a broken down school bus? Let's see how fast this Formula 1 car can go now. I'm the school bus.
We're here at Moore Park Golf Course, my home, where I met you.
It is. Look, I mean, a bit of golf history for me. I'm less than 2 years into playing golf. I promised my buddy Andy, like, I'll get into it. I was like, all right, I'm keen. Then TaylorMade very kindly said to me, how would you like to come in for a fitting? I said, no worries, guys. You seem like a really nice brand that I independently choose to work with. So appreciate that. In the fitting, I swung so hard that I injured my shoulder and I was out for 6 months. I was trying to impress the guy at TaylorMade. So there was a hiccup, but I'm in.
So how did you choose golf over, say, smoking meat or lawn porn once you turned 40?
Yeah.
Why
Why pick this as your midlife crisis?
Or you chose all 3?
I reckon it was the social aspect. It was the social aspect because, you know, we've got buddies that play. I'm not here to be the greatest, so I've already achieved that. I'm here for the walk around. And I was also waiting until the kids were at school too, because my whole thing is like, I play weekday, 9 till 3 golf.
Yeah.
That's my time. So that was my rule. I have to do it during school hours.
I always say, like, golf can be, whatever you want it to be, and you've sort of tailored it to fit in with your life. You haven't joined a club, you're not playing the 5-hour rounds.
It's just a fun thing to do. It's turned into like a fun, like if you can slot it in during the week. I mean, of course I'd like to be better, because at the moment it's a really fun hang with some like deep confusion and insecurity and annoying terror over the ball, and then you get back to the really fun hang. If you could take that bit out and just keep it all really fun, man, who doesn't want that?
But if you just went for a 4-hour walk, it just wouldn't do anything.
And thank God golf was invented, because guys would do a 4-hour walk if we could just throw rocks at street signs every like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
When I first got into golf, I was like, what a hilarious place the driving range is. Because here are all these people that are like clearly probably really successful in their own life. You've got these men and women who are like, doctors, architects, whatever. And I'm sure they're really, really good at their job. And then they come to this place and they're so angry at themselves, so frustrated at themselves and this ball for just not cooperating.
Yeah.
it's quite a hilarious place to come to.
For sure. It's been a pleasure to watch your journey. It's been a lot of fun teaching you.
There has been some progress, right?
There's been progress. It's an interesting one for you because it's been 2 years. It hasn't been a lot of golf or practice in that time.
That's true.
So how does golf fit into your schedule being so busy? Like,
It's one of the last things in. It is one of the last things in. And I suppose to get good, you know, show me someone's, it's that thing, like you show me your calendar and I'll tell you what your priorities are. Like if you prioritize something, you'll get better at it. If you don't, you won't. You can't really bitch and moan about not getting better at something you're not prioritizing. So that's why I'm trying to find that balance of like, I wish I was better, but I know I don't deserve to be.
Yeah.
So this next 6-month period, we're adding a little bit more priority to golf to get that slightly better.
yeah. Two-part question here. Father of the Year.
Yep.
You've actually been a real mentor to me as a young father, and that's probably where our relationship stemmed from more so than the golf coaching side of things. It was you as a person. And
On that note, though, you're a pretty rad dad yourself.
thank you.
You are. You're a very invested, beautiful dad.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Sonny,
Yes.
will you get him into golf? I heard
desperately
on the
want to.
street that he's bailed you out of a few sticky situations,
Mate,
trying to break par at Bondi with
Desperately.
Mikey.
Because I had no golf growing up. I know you were different. Like, what a cool place to just go and hang out as teenagers. Like, to just go around the golf course and
Yeah.
actually pick up the skill that, spoiler alert, you will want to have later in life. Like, so I'd love to just expose my little guy to that idea. At the moment, like, I'm trying to like just plant the seed with a few of his buddies. I was like, guys, I got nothing to teach you. I know nothing about this, but I do know if you actually learn step by step when you're a kid, it's probably so much easier than trying to unlearn
So
all the
much
bad
easier.
habits you
So
would
much easier.
put in.
It's a fine line, right? Because
I
you
love
can't like.
You
I
can't
see
force kids to do anything.
parents push their
No.
kids, and it's like you just gotta. I take my son around, drive the car, get him ice cream.
It's all about push and pull. Pull works a lot more than push. And I kind of think our job as parents is you put a lot of stuff in front of them,
Yeah.
see if there's a spark there. Then I think if there is a legitimate spark, you can help fan that. But I don't think you can force a spark. It's a fine balance, because of course if you would just say to your kids, only do stuff you feel like doing, they wouldn't do anything that requires like some level of discipline or discomfort. It's trying to find a way to keep it fun while it pulls them.
Yeah. It's a great bonding experience as they get older, I'm sure. As
It's
well,
my
so.
dream. If he wants to play
I
golf,
know.
yes,
Such a
yes,
parent
golf
hack.
trips. Father, son, golf trips, and my little girl too. Guys, let's all go and play
Yeah,
golf.
yeah. Why does golf resonate with you?
That's a
Why
great
golf?
question, because I actually spent a lot of time hanging shit on golf, and it was low hanging fruit.
We took notes.
Yeah, it was low hanging fruit for Andy just to really dunk on him all the time about playing golf. I take it back. Well, I didn't take it back. I had a great time for those 15 years, but I think it is that, like, you know, is it a positive peer pressure thing where you're just like, hang on a sec, a lot of the people I really like do this thing. Maybe I give this a second thought. And then, I mean, like everyone watching this, like what a game.
Do you seem to be really attracted to doing hard shit?
Yes, I like a challenge.
Where does that stem from?
Personally, I think the appeal to me for doing difficult things or stuff that for me is difficult, I think it just comes from the fact that probably for a lot of my life I didn't do that. I don't know, you get a little bit of a taste for it. And like I was not a physically capable person throughout a lot of my 20s. But for me personally, like a little bit of it was it's improbable that I would be able to do it now, like in my 40s. I think part of it for me is I enjoy how unlikely it would have been for me at 25, and that kind of spurs you on to keep doing it. You discover a lot about yourself in the doing of it.
Yeah.
I think there's just great mental health benefits for going and doing uncomfortable, hard things.
Yeah, for sure.
You don't have to be great at them. I'm not.
One more question. What is your beef with golf? What is one thing that you would
Okay.
change or you have beef with?
I think some of the arbitrary, I don't run into this because I'm not at these clubs, but the arbitrary clothes rule is weird. That's my beef with private schools, and really, you know, that's my beef with any kind of clothing rule, to be honest. Wear closed-toe shoes, sure, but like, you know, this colour socks, that thing's going to be in. Again, I've never personally run into it, but when you hear stuff like that, you're like, I don't know. I think you could do without that.
Yeah, I agree. Aim, thanks for coming on, buddy.
Thank
Good,
you, mate. Oh, that's a good connection. Let's hope that exists on 7 irons.